Today we're going to look at the Tineco Floor 1 S3 series. I've had about 2 or 3 Bissell crosswaves and all their different brands of things, and they break within about a year. Usually the vacuum starts blowing air instead of sucking air and things like that. Don't really understand why that's happening. So I decided to drop a little bit more cash. I will say the cost for this is a little prohibitive. I think it was $3.99. Might have been $2.99. I can't remember. I'll clarify that. But this is a cordless sweeping, mopping vacuum. It's supposed to have a good battery. It's also Wi-Fi enabled. So you can update the firmware and things like that. The thing that's interesting about this mop is that it doesn't really have it has an auto sensor that is supposed to be able to detect the dirtiness of the floor and then vacuum via mop or send cleaning solution out automatically as it detects things. So basically it's set up a lot like a Bissell vacuum. You've got the dirty tank here, you've got the cleaning solution here, and you have a Shiba Inu here. And then you have your roller here. What's interesting about it though is that it auto cleans. So you put it in the base station, it's supposed to clean itself. I have a vacuum over here that's supposed to clean itself too, but with 2 dogs and 5 cats in the house, especially a Shiba and also a Malamute, that's not going to happen. And looks like all my animals are going to get in on this. So I have a very typical thing that happened in my household. I've got a Sprite that spilled under the table. I believe a cat did it. So I let it sit here for about a day because I knew this vacuum was coming in. I wanted to give this a shot. So I'm going to try to vacuum this up. I'm not going to pre-vacuum with a different vacuum because you get all the Sprite stuff inside your other vacuum and that sucks. So I'm just going to give this a shot and see how it does. So I've never used this before. I didn't read the instructions because that's typically what I don't do. And but I've been charging it. I updated the firmware. I put it in English mode. This is a Chinese company called Tineco. I don't have any other products from them, but they're winning some awards and stuff, so that's pretty interesting. There is an app you load on your phone to update the firmware and connect to the vacuum. I am a little leery of Chinese apps just because of their privacy laws are not exactly great. But let's see how this goes. Let's see how this works. Like I said, I've never used this before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see. So, power button here. Okay, so it's going. So I'll just kind of, let's go on max mode. And let's see what happens here. So I'm just going to run this across this area here. The screen's nice and bright. Tells you how much juice you got left. Looks like it's counting down. That's a little stressful. I just ran over like a peanut or something. I don't know what that was. Look at these chairs out of the way. Not sure what the blast radius of that Sprite was, but hopefully you don't have your volume up too high. You can see some hair there. Stuff here. Okay, now I'm going to put it in auto mode. So this is supposed to detect the dirt and then put down fluid where it needs it. Like I said, I don't fully trust this thing yet. But let's see how it does. I am pretty impressed about how quiet this is so far. The Bissell was extremely loud. But yeah, this looks pretty sounds pretty quiet. Of course, I got some splatter effect, so I'm going to go a little wider than I usually go here, or that I can see. Just in this little area here. Oh, interesting. So the other thing that's interesting too is the bar is actually telling you what it's sensing in terms of dirt. So I kind of moved out of the area that I already cleaned, and you can kind of see it saying, hey, this is a little dirtier than... Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay. So far the battery is pretty good here. Go over here where the dogs typically track in. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like, your house is filthy, dude. This place is trash, bro. It's okay. Like a dog cross. There's some dog prints here. Let's see how it does. Oh man, you know, that's interesting. Now what's pretty cool is you notice when I hit the off button, it kept running there for a little while. That's pretty cool because it's pulling the fluid up off the ground after you left it stationary for a while. That's something that the Bissell did not do a good job with. But you know, one thing I'm noticing straight away, and this is kind of embarrassing, I'm sure my wife's not going to be pleased about this, but you can see where I vacuumed. It, like, look, I don't know if you can kind of see that, but yeah, that you can actually see. That cleaned it up pretty well there. That's pretty impressive, man. Like, let's keep going here. Yeah. It's detecting that it's very dirty over here. It's pretty neat. Okay. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to put it upright here. Okay, that's interesting. When you put it upright, it kind of puts it into a sleep mode. That's pretty cool. Let's kind of see how we're doing here. I'm going to walk across this area. I can already feel that I did miss a spot. But I got to tell you something. The amount of water it pulled off the floor is pretty incredible. It's not really that wet, which the Bissell was abysmal. And this tile floor is not exactly even. But it still pulled it off the floor. Let's check our dirty tank here. Holy smokes. Yeah, so it pulled quite a bit of fluid up off the ground, and I have quite a bit of fluid still left in the chamber. So all in all, pretty solid job so far. I'm pretty impressed. I plan on doing kind of maybe a 3-month, 6-month check-in here. Let me see if I can find a dirty spot here. Yeah, here's a spot right here. Let's see how it does. I'm gonna put it down, automatically kicks on. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna run over this thing, and it's like, yeah, your house is trash, bro. Oh, I got it. I don't know if you saw that, but interesting. Okay, so still, it's doing a pretty good job of pulling water up off the floor. One thing I did want to point out to you. Let's see if I can get a little better light here. If you look at this space here, you've got a big kind of place over here where they put the engine or the motor, right? And then you've got a little part over here. That's kind of cool because this way, if you lead across the edge here, you can get closer to the wall. But you got to be careful over here because you won't get very close to the wall. But, you know, one thing that I'm a little concerned about, you know, maybe not concerned, but something to think about. I have a ton of tile floor. You can kind of see across my house here. It goes throughout the downstairs. I pretty much hate carpet, so it's not anywhere in the house. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be interested in, how many times I actually have to dump this thing and fill it. But to me, if it gets my floors clean, with dogs and everything else. I think it's worth it. Can't really think of anything else about this device quite yet. I'm going to keep kind of messing around with it. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. I have 85% left on the battery, which should be enough to do quite a bit of my downstairs here. I just have to dump the tank and stuff like that. But so far, pretty cool little device. The auto sensing, which I thought was kind of gimmicky, seems to be working. All in all, man, this is a pretty cool. You know, I like I said, I've had about 2 or 3 Bissells now, and they've all broke. And each one of those was about $250. So if you do the math, I was willing to invest in something this expensive because those other ones blow up in like 6 to 8 months. So I apologize for the crap lighting here, but I just set this up in the corner. I'm not obviously going to leave it in our front entryway here. Cat's very curious. But this is the base station where you charge it. So what you do is, let's see, it says, hey, put it on the thing here to avoid water stains. Okay, I'll follow the directions here.
Charging has commenced.
Okay.
Auto-detecting whether to run self-cleaning cycle. Please begin self-cleaning cycle.
Okay, cool. So it wants me to do the self-cleaning cycle. It's kind of interesting why I didn't just go ahead and do it. I don't know, but this little button here.
Please clean dirty water tank.
Oh, yeah, let's do that real quick. Let me empty this out. Oh, yeah, that's nice and disgusting. One thing about this dirty water tank that's pretty interesting is this is very similar to the Bissell model. Yes, I need to do the dishes. But it's very similar to the Bissell model. It's got this little, it's hard to do with the camera too. Let me turn off the light. It's very similar to the Bissell model in that it's got this plunger here. But the one thing they have that Bissell didn't have is pretty interesting is this little grate here. Look at all the hair that actually collected. That's really smart. I'm not going to flush that down my sink because that's disgusting. I'll throw that away. But instead of taking all that and sucking it right into the filter that's on the top of this thing, which I accidentally almost got wet yet again. I had to switch it out between videos because I got it wet. But instead of just sending that all right into the filter, it actually has this little grate piece that's pretty interesting. So throw this away. Cats. Okay, cool. So that's pretty genius. That's pretty cool. So the reason why I'm emptying this dirty water tank is because it's gonna, when it self-cleans, it's going to suck it into this thing. So it needs to be cleaned before it does that, or else I guess it's not going to be very effective. But this thing just kind of, turn this off. This thing just kind of sits on here like that, and this goes on here. Oops, like that. Okay, so good there, cat. So I'm gonna go back over here, turn the light back on because I can't see over here. You can see that I'm starting to get some debris down in here. They give you this little tool to help clean things out, which is nice. They give you another roller, which is nice. So if your roller just gets absolutely trashed, you can also take this off and clean the thing. They have videos on all that stuff, so I kind of knew what I was getting into from a cleaning perspective. Okay, so I think we're ready to set the clean cycle now. So I'm going to hit this button.
Start self-cleaning.
And essentially what it's doing here.
Cleaning brush roller.
Okay. It's cleaning the brush roller, so it tells you what it's doing. Well, that's pretty handy, but it's also charging too. I don't know what this little green droplet thing is yet. I'll have to check on that.
Cleaning debris channel.
Cleaning the debris channel. Oh wow, look at that. Puts it in a kind of a hyper mode here. Huh.
Auto-detecting.
I must have used it really well because it's doing another deep clean. Oh yeah, you can actually see it pulling a lot of stuff down in it. So So I guess you got to make sure the water tank's full when you're doing that too. But yeah, wow, look at that. It's clean in the lower, but look how I already emptied the tank. Look how much crack is going up in there. What a thing. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'll just kind of stop the video. But
please clean dirty water tank and debris channel.
okay, so it wants me to clean this tank out, and it also wants me to scrub the debris channel with this little tool here. It's cool. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty clean there.
Charging has commenced.
Hey man, chill. All right, so let's take a look. Oh yeah, that tank is pretty gross. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful. I'm pretty impressed for like only like maybe $100 more, $150 more than a top line Bissell. This feels way more intelligent, I would say, than just a typical Bissell. It knows when it's dirty. It tells you when, you know, kind of has the idiot mode like I need, clean out the tank, clean out the, you know, fill up the tank, auto cleaning. My only kind of gripe is the capacity. You know, it did burn the whole tank of water, just cleaning the kitchen area, the front kind of entryway little area, and the when I took it up to the bathroom, it was empty. So that's the only kind of bummer, is that the capacity I wish was a little bigger. But I'll take that over something that's not going to explode maybe in a year. We'll see. But overall, like, it's already pulling more fluid in, and I see why. I'll do a breakout video of that, but they totally did the suction part differently than Bissell does. So I might do that after. I might have already done it, so sorry. I'm not very good at this stuff, but I just wanted to give you a real life review without sound like an idiot, or I don't get endorsed. I paid for this, so just an honest review of this unit so far. So, you know, I'll post some more videos about it, but so far I'm pretty impressed. The app works well. The device works well. It got some stuff clean. To clean that bathroom, it was disgusting as much as it could. Good stuff, man. So thanks for watching. If you liked this, hit the like button, I guess. If you want to subscribe, that's cool too. I don't really plan on making money off YouTube, but hopefully this helps somebody. So thanks. Have a great one.